And that's what I think. A lot of people, but you also get some people who usually don't talk about movies. Maybe talking about this because it's a football movie. So
yeah.
So I think a lot of football fans are just like, "What is this? They don't turn it on the ball enough. I don't
Where's
get
the
it.
football?
Oh, this movie's fucking trash. Oh,
They went in
it's not
expecting
bad being a football player.
They went in expecting like F1,
I like
where you
football.
actually get to see a lot of racing and stuff, and instead they get mind games and weird.
I don't
rituals.
understand this. That's why it is bad. Throw the ball. Throw the ball.
Calm down.
That's our intro.
But yeah.
Hello, and welcome back to the spoilerCast, the show where we talk about movies and we don't care about spoiling them. My name is Tobias, and with me as always is my sister and trusted co-host Rebecca.
Hello.
Hello. And in today's episode, we're going to talk about another controversial movie. Well,
Yes.
not controversial in the same way, though. But it is one that people have been talking a lot about for various reasons. We are going to talk about it as well. It's the 2025 horror movie, Him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Directed by Justin Tipping? Yes.
Yes.
Written by Zach Akers, Skip Branke, and Justin Tipping.
Yes.
Starring, of course, Marlon Wayans and Tyreek Withers, and some other people.
Amongst others.
Yeah. You've probably seen the plot, or the trailer, I mean, but on IMDb it says, a young athlete descends into a world of terror when he's invited to train with a legendary champion whose charisma curdles into something darker. And then hilarity ensues.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I love how everyone is just calling this a football horror movie. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
But
it
I mean,
is.
it's so weird. Like, it's not. It's a movie that takes place around football, but it's not about football. I mean, it is about football. You know what this is?
Yes.
You know what this is? We're gonna do the same thing we did last time, although we don't have extensive notes this time. We're gonna go through the plot, but I just want to quickly discuss it just for 5 minutes. This is what we talked about. Remember, I mean, a couple of weeks ago when we talked about Last Rites, how there's the horror that is a horror movie with demons and devils and ghosts that could still be about something. Like we mentioned, and then there is the movies we call
there's
elevator
scary movies
horror.
and there's horror movies too.
Yeah, the modern horror movies where it's just a domestic drama.
Yes.
And they're like afraid of actually going there and like have ghosts and ghoulies in your movie to be scary.
Yeah.
And we can just shout it out again because I think we might have shouted that out in the Patreon episode. By the way, check us out on patreon.com/don'tmakeascene or click the members button to get
On YouTube,
of course, to get extra episodes every week. On Patreon, it's literally hundreds of extra episodes.
Yes.
We shouted out Josh from Xbox Live's video about it.
Right.
So we'll do that again. Just check out Josh from Xbox Live. That's his channel name. And check out his video about it. Very good video. We just summarized it. You should really check out his video about it. Because it says a lot about, elevated horror versus classic horror. I like both. To some extent, I prefer elevated horror, but he pointed out some of the irks I've had with some elevated horror, and I was like, yeah, that makes sense. And
some people do it better than others.
yes, and this is one of those movies. This is one of those modern horror movies where they're like afraid of actually going all the way.
Yeah.
Because
I would even go so far as to not call this horror at all.
I mean, it wasn't scary, but
Exactly.
I would call it a horror movie because it's all dark and gloomy and it's a mystery at the middle and
It's psychological horror at best.
Yeah.
But the body horror, I'm not sure I agree.
They call it body horror?
Yes, it is tagged as body horror on IMDb. I think I know why, but that's not what I count as body horror.
Yeah, this is the body horror is very
it should
visceral.
be more extreme and visceral and over the top. Almost.
Just because they inject him with stuff, that's not body horror. If his arms start exploding when they inject him, that's body horror.
Yes.
I mean,
anywho,
yeah. So,
yeah.
Or do you want to add anything, or should we start going through the?
No, let's go
plot?
through it.
All right.
We'll discuss themes and details more towards the end. We'll try to keep this somewhat spoiler free until we get to the end of the movie, I guess.
Yes, of course. We're gonna discuss the ending, and I mean, there's not much to spoil in the middle of the movie. Actually,
no, exactly.
I think.
Nothing. What's the word? Pivotal.
No, and no huge twists or turns. You know?
Exactly.
So it starts out with Tyreek Withers' character, Cam.
Cam, yeah, right.
Cam.
I mixed them up.
Isaiah is
Cam.
Marlon Wayans. He's
Yeah.
the GOAT at the moment.
Yes.
And Tyreek Withers' character, Cam, is about to become the GOAT. He is the new up-and-coming quarterback, right? Quarterback, yeah.
Yeah.
And he's playing...
Oh, by the way, we know nothing about American football.
Yeah. And we're also gonna call it American football. You know what? That's gonna be the first audience interaction. Can you leave a comment below explaining why it's called football when you barely use your feet? I mean, other than running.
Yeah, and why soccer then? Like,
yeah, the game where you
push
the ball with
your feet.
Yeah. Anyway, and now we lost the entire American audience. Anyway,
probably. Anyway, Cam is the new up-and-coming quarterback.
Yeah,
yes.
he has trained all his life to become the best. He's to become him. Him.
Yeah.
His dad was a huge fan of Isaiah White, Marlon Wayans' character. So you're gonna be the next him. You're gonna be the GOAT. They keep saying the GOAT. Everything seems to be going well for him. To the point where he is about to be drafted. But just before that, he has a little accident, or
yes.
someone attacks him, and he has a brain injury, which which kind of like then he can't
cracked skull and a swollen brain is not something you should run around with, really.
Exactly, you shouldn't exacerbate that damage by playing football. So then, it seems like his career is over before it actually starts. But then he gets a little message, or, his people is in contact with other people, and, but we know, as it is, that he has actually gotten the attention of Isaiah White, his number one, his
idol.
His idol, that's the word. He wants him to join him in like a boot camp or whatever,
like a training camp, private training camp.
Yeah, and this is to they basically said this is to prepare you to take over his place as quarterback for the Saints, which is the team, the something Saints. I don't know which.
I think they even say like technically it's for a chance to even like. I was about to say audition, that's not the word, to be scouted, because he wasn't running around and showing off his strength at the little camp thing they had.
Yeah, he didn't do the gauntlet.
Yeah, because he wasn't supposed to, since the doctor said one more hit and you could practically die.
Yeah.
So this is his one shot, and also it's like the best shot ever, because who does not want to train with Isaiah White?
Yeah. The one, the GOAT.
The one,
him.
The GOAT. Him.
Yeah. Oh. So he goes there, and immediately bad vibes, because it's all the way out in nowhere. There are not just like crazy fans, like fanatics. They're like cultish people out there.
Yeah. Being held back by like police, basically.
Yeah.
And the
one girl who jumps up or walks up to the car and slams her face and says, "You're not him," and then spits on which the way this goes later, I don't understand. Are they actually Isaiah fans, or are they some sort of like other group trying to,
Not sure.
I don't know what that is about.
No, me neither.
Yeah. I mean, I think I know what it's about, thematically, but in the plot, I don't know what they are about.
No.
What they're about. But anyway, so he comes in there, and meets up with Isaiah. First things first, you gotta let go of your phone. No phone, no social media, no Pornhub, no red video. He mentions about basically no jerking off, which is just okay, whatever.
No Grindr, no OnlyFans, no.
All right.
Yeah, a bunch of things.
No OnlyFans, no Grindr, no Tinder. And they just basically immediately go into training.
Yeah. I mean, it is what he's there for, so.
Yeah, and he's there for a week. So the movie after this now splits up into 7 chapters.
Right.
I don't remember the names of them.
The first one was like fun. That's the only one I remember. Because I gotta be honest, I didn't see. I don't know if I blinked and missed them or if I didn't pay attention. I don't know, but I only saw like 3 of them.
No, there were
like the chapter thingies.
I'm pretty sure there were 7. Although the last one is, I'm not really sure if that counts, but.
No, but I just remember number 1, and then all of a sudden it's like number 4, and I'm like, hey, wait, where did 2 and 3 go? Did I miss them?
No, they were
happened?
there. Is one of them? I'm not sure if one of them is in. Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can look it up. Okay, yeah, right. I have it here in my notes.
Yeah.
Day 1, fun. I'll go through them all, but we'll go back and talk about each day. Day 1, fun. Day 2, poise. Day 3, leadership. Day 4, resilience. Day 5, vision. Day 6, sacrifice. So technically there isn't a 7th chapter.
Okay.
But there is a 7th day, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
So yeah, but day 1, fun, starts with them doing the tossing the ball, right? That's the first day.
The title card comes up when he's asked to just like hammer in a nail into some sort of dead animal.
Oh right. So the first day is just them hanging out. Right.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. And day 2 is when they start actually training.
Yeah, I think so.
Right. This is what happens when you don't take notes and you try to go through the plot. We didn't do as much research
to be honest, though,
since it's a brand new
this movie does move kind of fast.
Yeah, it's short.
Kind of just keep going. Like there's no breaks between anything. All of a sudden, it's a new day, and you don't really understand why.
Yeah, and there's also not that much that happens. Like we could go through the plot in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of drawn out stuff and a lot of long montages. It's like, yeah, we get the point.
Yeah.
But yeah, the next big thing is them having their first little training session where they have the indoor football I think it's a half court because they don't have to run the full court. But it's an indoor facility. He meets with the on-call sports doctor played by Jim Jeffries.
Yes.
Which we didn't mention it before, but the agent of Cam is played by what's his name? Tim Heidecker,
Tom, right?
Yeah,
Tom. Tim Heidecker.
So you have 2. I don't know. I don't know if it's a thing or because but because this is a Jordan Peele produced movie, so they chose 2 of the most like quote unquote like. Call them woke makes them sound like I don't know, but they are like they're very anti they're pussies. That's what I'm trying to say.
Snowflakes.
They're not funny comedians. They've gone very woke, but not like blue haired feminist woke. They're like I'm an elder white man, but I understand,
So snowflakes.
Yeah.
They're snowflakes.
Yeah. Especially Tim Heidecker. Listen, I think he's funny. I think he's done some amazingly fun stuff, and he's still funny. But his latest little jabs at, I guess, center right or just flat out right wing comedians, or just comedians that are a little offensive, is so obvious. And it's. I mean, he's done like fake stand-up specials where he acts like one of those comedians, but he's basically done like a fake, without the look. He's done like a fake Joe Rogan stand-up show a few years ago, and it's funny for like 5 minutes, but then it goes on for another 50, and we're just like, we get it. You think they're masking their insecurities and everything by being masculine and brash jokes. Like, we get it, bro. But there's also this, because he used to be like a real. Sorry for this tangent, but I just had to. He used to be this like kind of big shot when it come to comedy. Like in the late 90s, early 2000s, he was like the alt comedian who was doing like a new cool thing. He was doing Mr. Show, and he had him and whatever his name is. Is it Brett Gelman? I don't even remember. They were like the faces for new cool comedy, and then it's kind of tapered off. And around 2016, he kind of lost all cool guy credit when he more or less forced Adult Swim to cancel a World Peace. It's a long story. Do you know who Sam Hyde is?
No.
Okay.
I think this tangent is kind of lost on me because I don't know who this person is at all.
Yeah, okay. Sam Hyde was the new face of alt comedy, but instead of being like his comedy was very, very offensive and very, like lots of racial jokes.
Sure.
Barely skirting the line of what can be on TV, But him and his two friends, Charles Carroll and Nick Rochefort, they got a show on Adult Swim, which is basically Cartoon Network after.
Yeah, no, I know what
8 p.m.
Adult Swim is. Yeah.
And it was, so they were exploding in popularity because they're funny. Even it's something.
Even if it's a bit offensive, people like
it is a bit offensive, and sometimes even like, is this a joke or you're just being racist? I don't know, but that's kind of what's fun about it.
Yeah.
And Tim Heidecker just didn't want to be part of it since he was on Adult Swim as well. So he basically got them to like, oh hey, I'm not saying you should cancel them, but maybe look a little more into their background before you air any more of their shows. Got the show canceled.
Turns out they had some shit, and
well, yeah, I don't know if it's still called it, but Sam Hyde's Twitter handle for years was Wigger.
Ooh.
I mean that's not offensive, but what he's getting.
But like, yeah, exactly. Anywho,
yeah. Same thing with Jim Jeffries. He had a meltdown when Trump got into the president's seat 10 years ago. I thought he was
Australian.
Yeah.
Why does he care?
Because America is the biggest market.
Sure.
And, he used to be funny, but then, he's still funny, but, now everything is just about, well, I'm sober now, and, all these young kids, they don't know how to behave. It's just like,
well, I'll tell you this much. I don't understand why comedians had anything to do with this movie, because there's no comedy in this movie.
Because Jordan Peele produced it. He used to be a comedian, but now he's making artsy horror movies. So it's kind of cool to cast your
friends,
comedian friends in this. And Tim Heidecker was in Us, so
exactly. I was about to say Tim Heidecker was in Us. He was the neighbor, right? I think. Yeah. Anywho, day 2 is the training day.
Sorry.
It's the one where they do the random medical exam thing that is kind of weird and awkward, and then just turns into even weirder and awkwarder, and I don't know why. What was the point of that one?
It's that's where I have to get into what the movie is really about.
Sure, I guess.
Because it's obviously a hazing ritual.
Yeah.
They tell him to drop your drawers, and he does. He gets down to his birthday suit. He's naked.
Yeah.
And they do all it. Which, honestly, if you're going to do a Wayne and everything, do it.
It's more fair.
He doesn't have anything to hide,
No. He's a well-trained young man. Like, he doesn't look bad. So who cares?
Although
there's a bunch of dudes.
It is funny that they tell him to loose the underpants, but it still has, like, heavy gold chains on.
Yeah.
That's not going to affect the Wayne. Oh.
Yeah.
It's a visual thing. I know. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, it's like, geez, you didn't have to drop all the way down to your birthday suit. Put your drawers back on. You're embarrassing yourself. It's just like, yeah, it's obvious hazing.
Like,
they're bullying.
Yeah, but it's like weird hazing.
Well, yeah.
Everything's weird here, so.
Everything's weird, yeah. And then they have...
And then they do the training.
Yeah. Which is...
where his little team of goons kind of walk in. I don't know exactly. They look like video game characters.
Yeah, they all have their own distinct look. The one with the big mouth guard with the teeth on. The one with the... They call it something... It's a balaclava, that's what it is. I don't know why that's become a thing. I think the one white guy, and then the other big guy. His thing was he's big.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're free. He calls them free agents. So they're just unsigned football players, basically, who's doing this because it's just cool to work with the GOAT.
Probably get paid lots.
Get paid a lot of money. Yeah, that's why they're doing it. And then they do the whole thing where, he's supposed to... It's some sort of... Once again, I'm not a sports guy. Definitely not a football guy. But he has to grab the ball and throw it to the other guys down the thing.
It's the quick thinking. You need to like know where your players are without. You don't have time on the field. You don't have time to think when you catch the ball. You need to just throw and know that someone's going to catch it.
Yeah.
But you need to throw it in the right direction, and you have about 2 seconds to make that decision.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
And he seems to be losing focus, which he isn't, but he misses once, and they're like, "Oh, you're losing focus." So here's what we're going to up the stakes. So they take one of the free agents, the white guy volunteers. They put him in front of one of those ball throwing machines.
Yeah.
And they just shoot a football, spike it into his face.
Very closely, very fast.
Yeah. So every time you miss, your teammate gets hit. Like, oh no! And you see
obviously, like the first couple of times he fails them because he's like, "What the hell are you doing?"
Yeah.
But then he realizes, and he does pretty good.
Yeah, but there's
come
on guys, we gotta focus, and you hear the desperation in his voice. Eventually, they do make it. Make it. I don't know. There's no. He
finishes the exercise and they're happy with it.
But obviously
and they haze him a little bit more, making him think that he hurt the dude a lot more than he did. But I mean, the guy's bleeding.
He gets up and
the entire face.
Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah, his brow is all literally like slit open. I think he lost a tooth.
His nose is broken
everywhere. Yeah, but he's like, ha ha ha, I'm fine. Okay.
Psycho, probably.
Yeah. Then there's the ice bath scene.
Yes.
After that, where he rests up, an ice bath, good for your muscles, for relaxation.
Yeah.
And
we
see Isaiah, Marlon Wayans. He gets a blood. Well, not blood transfusion. They blood
addition.
They drain him of blood.
Oh no! Right, they're taking his blood.
Yeah, they drain him of blood.
I thought they would,
but they're not. They don't say that. They just say, "Oh, it's a." They wanted it to look like blood doping, like because his blood is fully oxygenated right now. So I'm saving it for later. Is what they're saying.
Yeah,
which is blood doping. You're giving yourself more potent blood, and that's illegal.
Taking peak blood and saving it for when you need peak blood.
Yeah. However, I know it is slight tangent again. I know that is illegal, but I mean, it's your blood. You're just hitting control save for later. That shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Unless you're like taking someone else's blood, that's illegal. That's blood.
I think it's because they just don't want to like normalize people.
I guess
taking their own blood and like using it as a drug, basically.
Yeah.
It's a bit weird. It's unnecessary. You don't need to do that. You can just go for a run and you have pumped extra oxygen into your blood and you're fine. Like, you don't have to do needles and stuff, and they're afraid that people are not going to be careful and clean about it and accidentally give themselves diseases and stuff. Probably.
Sure.
I don't know, but that's what I'm assuming.
I mean,
because you shouldn't use needles on yourself unnecessarily. Like, come on.
No. And I'm sure you
That's
can.
weird.
I'm sure you can manipulate the blood even more than what they're doing now.
Yes.
So as to be in even more peak condition when it's time to actually exert yourself.
Exactly.
Is that?
I mean, they call chapstick fucking doping sometimes. So.
Is it? Because when he's in the bath, that's the first time they inject him, right?
No, I think they do that after. I think that's just when they show the blood thing being a thing.
Okay. No.
That comes after.
No. I saw the movie 2 days ago. I've more or less forgotten all of it.
Because, like you said, not a lot happens. It's hard to focus on the details when there's nothing else to focus on.
Yeah.
But they go through like a couple of days of training. I think it's day 3 when he's out in the desert running and he kind of collapses.
Yeah.
Or is that day 4? I don't remember. Again, nothing really happens. He starts having these like weird visions of the guy who attacked him. I think he hears his mother sometimes talking to him, even though he's not on the phone with her. He sees other people when he's in that deprivation chamber thingy on like day 4 or 5.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. What they do is they go through regular quote unquote training and conditioning.
Just a little enhanced.
Ice baths, sauna, hyperbaric chamber stuff, but it's all exaggerated. Yeah. And then they keep injecting him with a little cocktail, something.
Yeah.
They don't explain what it is. And that's all that happens in the movie. Yeah, there's some fans that infiltrate the compound and attack him in the sauna. Once again, it's the lady from out before. You're not him in the beginning of the movie.
And her white painted children, because I think they call her mother. Yeah, sounds like they say mother. I'm not sure. There's Isaiah's wife, played by what's her name, Julia Fox.
Elsie, yeah, who looks nothing like she does in the movie. She's like platinum blonde hair and the weird white makeup on her eyes.
Yeah, I think they in some text, if it was on. on Letterboxd, they call her his celebrity influencer wife.
Yeah, that's literally what she is. Yeah.
She's there to just have fun, basically, and she sort of, kind of seduces Cam, but not really, because he doesn't really give into it.
Yeah.
But there's that one scene where Isaiah, taunts him when he wakes up and go, "Oh, did you sleep with her? Did you sleep with my wife?"
Yeah. Putting a gun to his head.
Only to be like, "No, I'm just joking." Classic, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, that's after they have the party where they're introduced to the owners of the team.
Right.
No. That's just when they're partying with the girls. That's before the party.
Yeah, that's just when they party. Yeah, because he's had a rough day, and she and her girls just say, "Hey, do you want to party with us by the pool?" Which is, I guess, inside the room outside of the sauna, which is not a pool, but whatever.
It's the same.
That's all we see.
It's one end is the hyperbaric chamber, the other end is the sauna, and in the middle is the ice bathtub.
Yeah.
They use the same room over and over again.
Yeah.
That's when he wakes up hungover, and Isaiah's pointing a gun at him. "Did you fuck my wife?" I was like, "No, man, no." I was like,
I got a girlfriend. I'm faithful.
And he, sticks the gun in his mouth and goes, "Oh, what the fuck is going on?" Anyway, after that, I think is when they go out for a run.
Right.
Yeah.
That might be
because he's hungover, and that's why he gets exhausted and throws up and
collapses a little bit.
Yeah. And after that
imagines the attacker coming at him again.
Oh yeah. And then it's the day of fun when they go out to the shooting range.
Ah, yes.
And they don't at all focus on it, but they make him shoot a guy, right? There's a guy in that mascot suit.
It has to be. Yeah. By the way it collapses, I'm assuming. But they don't say it. They don't show it. They just make it look like it.
No.
I don't know what the point of that was, if I'm being honest.
Me neither.
There's a lot of this that I don't know what the point is. Like, in general,
I know
yeah.
what the overarching point is.
Sure.
But there's so much in there that just feels like it's there because to be pretentious. Because that's what this movie is. It's pretentious.
Yes. We're kind of towards the end now, so I guess we just wrap up the little...
Yeah.
What's the word?
We do the final thing where he goes to
Recap.
the party where he meets the owners.
Yes.
Because that's where it's basically, okay, we're gonna, you're gonna be the next GOAT. You're gonna be the next him.
Yeah. They're like approving of him or something.
Yeah. And they give him a bunch of drinks. And... he gets drunk and starts throwing up at the party.
Oh, right.
But he's not throwing up puke. He throws up gold and diamonds and chains.
Yeah.
Mixed with blood.
That entire scene just was like so weird.
It's such an obvious metaphor. God, I kind of... Yeah, okay. So let's wrap it up. After that, it's day 6. It's time to end this. He finds out that what they've been doing is they've been pumping him full of Isaiah's blood. However, Isaiah's blood isn't really his blood. It's from his mentor, who before that was pumped full of his mentor's blood. And,
exactly.
This is basically...
Until the original, all the way back to the original GOAT or something.
Yeah. So this is how they, like, always have the best player. Because that was the thing. Isaiah White, he was the GOAT. Like, the GOAT when it comes to football. He had, like, 8 championship rings. He had never missed a fucking game or whatever, But now it's time for him to retire because he had, like, an injury or something. And it's literally because, it's time to switch bodies, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. So, but then he kind of challenges him, but because it's like, so now we've moved enough of you or me into you, but hey, if I'm still stronger, I'll keep going and we'll do this over with another guy. So they have a fight where they beat each other up. But of course, Cam wins because he's younger and his blood is boiling with the devil's power, basically.
For a second though, when the image of him, like, when he wakes up, he's on like a table full of ice, and I was like, did they harvest his organs? What the hell is going on?
Yeah.
So strange. And they're both in, like, football, the
football
weird looking pants.
Yeah, with the pads on the sides.
Yeah.
And the knee pads. But of course, he kills Isaiah. And then he walks out onto some sort of field. There's a field, I guess, in the back of the house. I don't know, whatever.
It's supposed.
And there atop their thrones sits all the owners of the team, which are all old white men, and Tom, his agent, who seems to be in on this.
Yeah.
And Elsie, the girl, the wife, is there, who's there as the notary. The one who
I think so
looks over the signing of the papers. I think it's called a notary.
Yeah.
So she's also in on it, and it's basically they're like, yes, we've groomed you, so now you can sign your soul over to us. So our team will always be the best. Yes.
They show some old picture of him, his dad, and one of the owners. Like, yes, we've been grooming you your entire life.
Yeah. And it was we that orchestrated your injury so that no one else would scalp you from under us. It's like, haha, you're ours.
We almost killed you, but sure.
Imagine that old white men control all the strong young black men in the sports industry. Whoa!
Whoa.
But he is of course like, no, I reject your hypothesis. He says, and then he kills them all. And he says, I'm better than that. I won't sell my soul, because that's also the whole thing. They keep iterating the whole thing, like football above all. Like, football is the most important thing. Like, don't say you're doing it for your family. Do it for yourself. You gotta find something bigger than family, and blah blah blah.
Cam says that he does it for family, God, and football, but Isaiah says it's football, family, God. Yeah. So he kills them all. He spares Tom, but then we don't see it. But the devil shows up or something and rips him apart. Something explodes? I don't know.
he explodes because it's blood. And then he just...
Yeah, but like...
But he says, no, he's gonna. If you don't kill me, he's gonna hurt me. Whatever. It's the because that's what it all. They're worshiping the devil.
Sure.
And they've.
That's why there's like ram horns all over everything, everywhere.
Exactly. The goat. Huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
And they've done a deal with the devil where their team will always win, but they have to give them a new soul, whatever, without saying as much. They're, you can understand that from what's going on.
Yes, all in those last 5 minutes.
Well, I mean, I gotta say, I kind of got it spoiled for me, or the movie is so obvious that I just read the title of one review which said, "Get Back Satan, the football version." I was like, "Oh, okay, so it's a cult. Okay, I get it." It's like before I even watched it, so after that, it was so obvious throughout the entire movie. That was what was happening. Like, obviously,
yes,
to be this good, you have to
being called the saints and having the ram horn everywhere. It's like, okay, so there's saints and devils, duh. The place being very out in the desert, cool looking, very culty.
Yeah,
and the whole I think sports in general is kind of culty, but
very culty.
Training him to be the GOAT, be him.
Yeah. Grooming.
He's, the new Messiah kind of thing. Yeah. To be the greatest, it's always a sacrifice. Yeah. And in this case, you sacrifice a soul, obviously.
So that's what the movie was about.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in a football format. Which in theory, I think now we're actually going to talk about the movie. How long have we been doing this?
I don't know, long enough.
Yeah, long enough, yeah. In theory that works because not just football, sports in general, but specifically football, since it's the biggest sport in America. I mean, even bigger than baseball, I think, although baseball is the national sport.
What were you trying to say?
How not everyone, but how you see a lot of young athletes, young people, like from a very, very, very young age, are like trained by their parents, like where nothing exists except for football. Yeah. It's only football. It's kind of like dance moms. Remember dance moms?
Yes.
Where the parent once again, not everyone, but the parents see like, oh shit, we have even when the kid is very young, they start, tossing the pigskin, tossing the ball.
4, basically.
Yeah, and it's like, oh shit, he's really good at like catching. He's energetic. I bet if we push him and push him and push and push and push, he'll be a great athlete, and we'll make millions. That's it.
If we hone in on this one little skill you've got, that's what we'll be good at. Yeah, and we'll make money off of that. Which, to be fair, that is like the only way you'll become a really good athlete is if you practice, and you start early. That is quite normal. I mean, we do have a cousin that's really good at ballet because he started when he was young.
Yeah, but he likes it.
True. And hopefully most of the kids that get pushed into this stuff kind of like it. However, Cam did not. He was actually planning on quitting, and then his father died, and he was like, no, but I have to keep playing for my father who is dead.
Yeah.
Did they kill his father? I don't remember.
No. That's never revealed. No. They never mentioned that. Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, as long as as long as the kid likes it, go ahead. But it's also It's also you shouldn't your destiny shouldn't be set in stone when you're 5.
If you change your mind, you should be allowed to quit, which most of these kids aren't.
Yeah, and that's the big problem.
That's where the issue is.
Yeah. Because
that's where you become JoJo Siwa.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's dance. She was from Dance Mom.
Yeah,
right?
She was from Dance Mom. Yeah,
it's this whole I'm living out my dreams through my child, kind of thing. And especially with football or sports, it's so not violent, aggressive.
Yeah.
Especially if, a game which is very aggressive, like football.
Yes.
So I mean, it is almost like you're in a cult, especially if you want to be the best of the best.
Yeah.
And then of course, I don't know how much you know about, because in America you have the main leagues, so to speak. You have the NFL and all, but you also have college leagues, at least in basketball and football.
No, you have it in American football as well. Yeah.
Where because they always play in their high school team or their college team, but it's become a business in and of itself.
Yeah, that's like the breeding grounds. That's where the big leagues come to scout to know if if this kid is good enough. When he keeps being good, he can play for our team when he's old enough.
But not just that. It's become a way to make money, both for the schools and for the the coaches and everyone. Like, they're sponsored by like Red Bull and fucking
that's true.
I think even some like beer brands sponsored college
kids
teams.
Cannot drink or not allowed to drink.
Yeah, and it's a $1 billion industry to make these kids who does not make a cent off of it, or at least it didn't until a few years ago. It might have changed, actually. I'm not sure. Yeah, but that's the thing. So college football has been a thing for a couple of 100 years.
Yeah.
And I just looked it up. Yes, in the U.S., college athletes can now make money from sponsor through what's called NIL deals, names, image, likeness. Because they even made specific, like, college football video games, not just NFL games.
Yeah.
They made college football games. But here's how it works. Since July 1st, 2021. So they've been able to make money for 4 years. Everyone before that, nope. You're just playing for your school, right? Hey, go whatever, Notre Dame
team.
or whatever, yeah. Since July 2021, NCAA, that's the league, rules change so that athletes are allowed to profit from their personal brand. They can sign endorsement deals, appear in ads, get paid for social media promotions, sell merchandise, or run sports camp. The money doesn't come from the NCAA or their school's athletic department, but from businesses, sponsors, and fans who want to use the athlete's name, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Some top athletes at major schools make millions of dollars from sponsorships, while most athletes make smaller amounts, sometimes a few hundred or $1,000. Yeah, so it's not like in the NFL where they're like every player makes millions of dollars, at least in the bigger teams.
Yeah,
but at least now at least they can actually make some money, because before the schools made so much money off of them. Basically. Yeah. So that was the whole thing. Anyway, so that's also it's basically
it's child labor.
It's child labor, and then if you look at the ethnicity of like 90% of players, and then you look at the ethnicity of basically all the owners of the teams.
Yeah. I know.
It's more or less, although they get paid, but they also
sure.
So I won't call it modern slavery, but you know what I will call it? Modern Mandingo fighting. Because that's what it is. Because Mandingo... Sorry for saying the word, but Mandingos or Mandingo fighters, they sort of got paid. They got good food. They got a nice bed. They didn't get any money, but, they got things. But they also had to basically kill themselves day in and day out fighting other people.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And I know some people say that, Mandingo fighting didn't even actually exist. Like, yes, it did. Yes, of course it did.
I'm sorry, but we've always had...
It's gladiatorial, fights.
I was about to say, we've had that in all,
cultures.
In all cultures, in all times of history. Like, the rich people love seeing people fight. Everyone loves seeing people fight. Why do you think we have fucking wrestling and stuff on TV?
Why do you think we have football now? What is football if not fucking gladiatorial fights?
All sports are just gladiatorial fights, basically. Yeah. For the rich to watch the poor ones fight for glory and death,
Yeah, that's what...
Without having to go to war and watch it that way, because that's brutal. That's dirty.
Yeah.
It's a clean way to watch people fight.
There's even not that really what that movie is about, but there's a movie called The New Gladiators where they literally do that. They have two guys in giant robot suits fight each other instead of having two nations wage war.
I have been known to say that I think war should be fought on like the football field because it would be less casualties, less messy.
But then you have to really, really bet on the honor of the other guy to say, okay, I lost. Let's go home, everybody.
Yeah, I know. That's why it doesn't work. But I just wish, wishful thinking.
Doesn't work. Yeah. So that's what the movie is about.
Yes.
The thing is, it's a metaphor for how football players are treated.
Yeah.
But the thing is, the movie is about how football players are treated. The only thing they do is that they add an actual cult element to it in the end, and try to like it feels like all the little like weird visions and all the like the fans are basically crazy cultists instead of just being fans. It's like they're saying like we know something about football that you don't, so we have to explain it to you in a metaphor. But everyone knows this because it's right. It's an open. I was gonna say it's an open secret. It's not even a secret. It's just everyone's just accepted it. So why go through all the rigmarole of making it a fake like cult horror movie? You could literally just call the movie football and show the way they treat players for real.
Yeah.
That is a horror movie. Like, oh, but they make millions of dollars. Yeah, but they also age out of the sport at like before they turn 40.
Yes.
Most of them have been, just like in this movie, have been groomed to like enjoy the money now, spend all the money now. So a lot of them don't have any money when they're done. Like, once again, not everyone, of course. We've seen plenty of people being able to retire and be fine after that and have millions of dollars. But there's so many people.
There's a lot of players who go back to like having to have a day job.
Yeah, after
a few years.
After playing in the biggest sport on the planet, they can't afford like a regular house and have to go to do fucking like sell cars or whatever.
Yeah.
Not that that's terrible. We do, you know what I mean? Like,
no, but in comparison, it's such a 180 basically.
Yeah. Or you have those unfortunate cases where they suffer a CTE. They have the concussions, brain trauma.
Yeah.
When they're like 22 and they can't play anymore, and they got a little bit of money, but not enough to last them for the next 60 years. So now they don't have any money. They don't have a functioning brain anymore, so they can't even get a real job. Their life is fucked. Because they were pushed into playing football. Into this sport we know will damage. Every player will be damaged.
And I think with the American health system, they have a hard time getting like insurances properly because they know they're going to get injured.
Probably.
So they can't really get like money for that either.
Yeah. Like, that is...
Which is just, terrible system in general.
That is already
but
a horror story. Why make it about, the devil? Like, we get it.
I need to say something positive about this movie, though, because we've complained about it a lot, but we'll both agree it's not as bad as some people say.
I'll say.
I haven't actually heard any bad reviews. I've only seen 2 videos about it, though. Both of them said it's not as bad as people say. I don't agree with it being critical. Scary. Yeah.
Well, I just got
popped up on my timeline.
I guess that was the one I watched too, because I got the feeling he was gonna actually not be as negative as a lot of other people have been.
Yeah.
Because I haven't watched any other reviews either. I've just seen the thumbnails, and everyone's just like, worst movie ever, or like, geez, this one stinks. That's every thumbnail. That's kind of why I wanted to do this one, because hey, maybe we can get another terribly but funny movie. This is not that.
No,
it's nowhere near as bad as War of the Worlds.
Ice Cube.
This is nowhere near even the next worst movie this year.
No, this will disappear into nothing.
Yeah, this
will not hit any like bottom list or top list. It's just gonna be a in the middle.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's worse than being the worst movie of the year. It's a boring movie.
Because it's not gonna be remembered at all, unfortunately. But I will give you that I think it's even though it's like we just talked about for like 10 minutes, the concept of sports in general is a horrific concept, with how people are treated and all that.
Not in every sport, but
It is still no, but like lots of sports. It is though. We haven't really seen a sports horror film like this before.
no, because
So A for effort, I guess.
I guess, but, yeah,
and the visuals are very good.
yeah.
I kept thinking that this looks like one of the lesser seasons of American Horror Story, just by the visuals and how they like chose to cut it up, basically.
yes.
This could have been a season of American Horror Story, one of the random ones in the middle that no one really remembers.
No, I don't. And there's not enough here to last for. There wasn't enough for 90 minutes. Visually, yeah. Thank you.
Yes,
Better,
visually.
'cause the story, no.
No, not the story. I mean, they would have fleshed it out more probably, but I don't know how.
Yeah, they would have added a lot more camp and drama, because that's all they do in those shows. I love that show, but Jesus Christ, after the first 4 seasons, it's like you're just doing the same thing over and over again.
Right?
That's what you mean. The visuals are very striking.
Yeah. But that, unfortunately, that was all I could think, though. I was like, this looks like American Horror Story. They were inspired by what American Horror Story looks like.
Yeah.
But they're not getting anywhere, so I don't care about anything else. I'm not paying attention to the plot or the story because I don't care.
Yeah.
There's nothing to care about. We don't really feel anything for the main character either. Like, we don't get to know him enough to care.
No, and that's...
I don't even... Like, the few times we see him before he gets into all this, when he gets that interview in the beginning, he doesn't feel passionate about the sport. It doesn't feel like he's worked his whole life for it. He's just, like, almost too humble.
But that is...
To the point where it's like, I don't...
He has been conditioned to say, I've trained my whole life for this. He's a robot. Because that's what happens.
So I don't care. I don't feel sorry for him. And also I don't feel like the triumph of him saying no in the end.
Yeah.
I'm just indifferent to it because, like,
it falls flat because they're trying to do a super stylistic, modern, A24 horror movie.
Yes.
Instead of just telling the incredibly tragic and awful story of most football players.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you couldn't do a horror movie this way. They failed this time.
Yeah, they didn't go far enough, really, into the actual horrors of it, I guess.
You know what
because this felt kind of tame somehow.
You know what it reminded me of? It reminded me of Whiplash. You remember Whiplash, the drum movie?
Yeah.
Because that movie is, on a surface level, it's about a guy who really, really wants to be the best at jazz drums. But what it's really about is ambition and the toxic nature of ambition. Like, listen, nothing against being ambitious, but there is a limit. And
when you start climbing over dead bodies, that's kind of bad,
Yeah. Yeah, and that movie does it so subtly that some people think that movie has a happy ending, which I find incredibly horrifying. That people don't see that ending for what it is. On the surface level, sure, he proved his teacher wrong. Like, I am good enough. I made you smile. I was good enough. But what it really means is that he has gone through hell. He literally was in a car crash, but still showed up for the concert.
He literally almost died for this.
And then he is lured back into this concert at the jazz festival in the end, only to realize that they're just playing songs that he doesn't know. So he walks off. He's like, oh no,
right?
Because the teacher, whatever his name is, J. Jonah Jameson from Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
He just wants to hurt him at this point.
Yeah.
But he comes back anyway. And he becomes this perfect drummer, whatever you want to call it.
Drummer.
that the teacher wanted to mold him into. Like, in the end, the teacher won. He created a monster. A really good drumming monster, but he's still a monster. A monster who rejected his family, rejected his girlfriend, rejected every other person in his life just to be the best at drums. And then he's just like, is it really worth it?
That's not a win.
Yeah.
That's not a win. It's a loss of person.
Yeah. You're not a human.
On a
You're not a
personal
human
level.
anymore. You are a monster.
No. Yeah.
Sorry, but that's it. And
this though had the opposite ending, I guess, where this guy Cam broke free, I suppose.
Yeah.
By, I don't know, dismantling the what's it called? The man?
Yeah.
The patriarchy? I don't know.
But that's also then. But that's also then where I can ask, because that doesn't happen in real life. In real life, they do sign away their soul to the devil, aka the owners of the teams.
Or they walk away and they get nothing, and then they disappear into nothing, and no one cares about them ever again.
Yeah, exactly.
The owners will never get hurt, no matter what you do.
No, yeah, they'll never suffer.
No.
Not even when they get fired, because they have such a huge whatever it's called, fallskärm in Swedish.
Yeah, we call it parachute. I don't know.
Yeah, parachute. They could fall back on money, so they're fine.
Severance. They get a large severance no matter what they do.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? Shit.
So this movie didn't do anything.
Yeah.
When it comes to that ending.
No. I was gonna say. So it's the point of the movie, because once again, this is not as. It's not as obvious of a racially, flavored movie. I don't know if that's the wrong way to say it. Racially,
I'm not sure what word you're looking for.
I'm not sure either. This
It's not Run. No, what's it called?
Run?
Not Run. What's the one where he runs to the end? What's it called?
Where
the other Jordan Peele movie. The first Jordan Peele movie. What's
Get
it called?
Out?
Get Out. Thank you. He's running. That's what I thought.
Yeah, because this comes from the same school of thought as Get Out and Us.
Yes.
And even a little bit of Nope, if you will. That was more universal. But it's very racially charged, is what I was looking for. Yeah.
That's the word. There we go.
It plays on this racial stereotypes, because that is just a fact that most football players are black because they are stronger and faster. I'm sorry, you're not allowed to say that, because but you can't say that because that's racist. You're stereotyping them. A positive stereotype is still a bad stereotype. That's the thing.
Yes, but generally,
but they
have a better physique.
The proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
And it's like Bill Burr said, of course they're stronger and faster. They had to endure 200 years of hard labor. That's what have molded them into this. Of course they're going to be born with superior genetics.
Yeah.
And that's why old frail white men own those men and make money off of them playing, because they can't play themselves. It's just fact.
Yes, generalizing it, of course, because there are
generalizing.
Really
there are
white players
several,
as well.
Several good white players, and they usually suffer the same fate as the black players do.
Yes, same issues in the end, same injuries, same loss of money, and all that shit.
Yeah. Then you can go into
unless you marry Taylor Swift, then you'll have money forever.
Yeah. Oh my God, I would love to read the nuptials that they're both gonna have to sign.
That'll be interesting.
That's gonna be the most toxic divorce ever when that happens. It's gonna happen. Listen, it's Taylor Swift, okay? This is just another one of her little lyrics she's about to write.
No, I don't think so. I'm not that kind of Swiftie, but I mean,
he had trouble when you walked in. That's the same
but
story
she
over
hasn't
and over
written
again.
those kinds of songs about him yet.
About him? No, not about him. But you remember the last album, which was all those songs?
But that was about older
I don't know if it
boyfriends
was
who were all terrible ones.
I don't listen to Taylor Swift, but I've listened to a little bit of that album because it's so. She's releasing another album this year.
Yes.
She's just
like next month.
Yeah, she's just
like in a week.
Pumping out music.
But because she's been writing music her entire life, and she writes probably like 2 songs a day or something.
Yeah, I can tell. Cause the
I know other artists that do the same, so.
Yeah, I know, but yeah, I know, but now we're on a tangent again. Whatever. the way her fans react to her stuff and like
that's
calling her their English teacher and like when you haven't heard that?
No.
That she's their English teacher?
No, I haven't heard that.
Because in whatever the Sad Poet Society or whatever it was called, the last one.
Yeah.
Broken Dream Poet, whatever.
Something Poet Society.
Dead
Poet Society?
No, that's the movie.
Okay, whatever.
Anyway, whatever. There were like Twitter things I saw a while back where they're like, "Oh my god, I had to break out the dictionary to understand her complex lyrics." It was like, ah!
But it's in mostly that's, I'm assuming, Americans. I'm sorry, but it's your own language, dude. You should know this.
Yeah.
Wait, I need to look up what the album is called because this is
like a sad,
freaking me out.
Sad poets.
Tortured Poets Department.
Tortured Poets,
that's the one.
Right.
There we go.
Such a tortured poet society. Oh my god.
I think it has to. She wrote a lot of the songs in the Lake District, and I've heard somewhere that the Lake District is where poets went to die when they have tuberculosis or something. There's like this, I don't know.
Well, she's calling herself a tortured poet, which she's not. She's a billionaire pop star.
In her 30s.
Yeah. That's another one. Hold on. Another video I wanna rougher draft. Another video I wanna No! I wanna mention. Here's what we're doing. Editing again. We are at 1 hour and 2 minutes. Hold on. What the fuck was it called?
Oh.
There's just like he's like a philosophy YouTuber, or I guess writing YouTuber, who made a video about her. Taylor Swift English teacher. Roughest drafts, right? You should check out the video by the YouTuber Roughest Drafts. He has a video called "The Taylor Swift English Teacher Discourse."
Sure.
Yeah. It goes into the whole why they call her the English teacher, why she kind of calls herself that, and also how that is just the furthest from the truth. But also goes into a little bit of why the fans might think she is an English teacher. Anyway.
I do not support that kind of fan culture. I don't like that, but sure, I like her music. But I'm not gonna call her my English teacher. I don't get it, and I'm not gonna cry over like sitting outside of the arena and hearing her play my favorite song.
I was just gonna ask you that. Did you cry when you listened to Tortured Poet Society?
I have never. I don't think I've cried listening to her songs at home. I might have cried a little bit when I saw her live. Because she has a couple of songs that are very beautiful when she sings them.
That's fair.
And you know, in the atmosphere of the arena, you get kind of emotional. Sometimes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I cried at K-pop, so
yeah. I cried at Manowar, so
exactly.
But it was so epic.
Unless you're in your feels, I don't know if I've cried to a Taylor Swift song in private, like. Just because. It's probably because, you know, it sounds like something. Oh, no. But there is one. I'm sorry. Tiny tangent. My turn to have a tangent here.
Yeah.
She has a song she's written based on a Facebook post she read where I think it was a sister who posted about her little brother dying from, like, cancer or something. And she thought the way the sister wrote about it was so beautiful that she wanted to put it into a song. She talked to the family and everything, as far as I know. And that song is so beautiful, but it's because it's talking about like a 4-year-old dying from cancer that you start crying because it's so sad.
Jesus, okay.
And I don't know why she won. Like, it has nothing to do with her, as far as I know.
There wasn't the fan writing it.
No, I don't think so. Not that I know, but I don't know the full lore behind every song. But that song is kind of hard to listen to because it's so, like, when you know it's about a kid dying from cancer, it's really hard to listen to it.
Yeah.
But it's still a really beautiful song. But
sure.
You know, Jesus Christ.
Good on her for asking permission, but still, it's a little exploitative.
But I think it was for the sister wanted, like, that's a nice memory of my little brother who fought so bravely. Whatever,
sure.
You know.
Anyway, speaking of fighting bravely, I don't know.
Yes.
Going back to our discussion about him, yeah, I think this.
I don't have a lot of positive things to say about this movie in general, but I will give it. It has striking visuals, good acting for the most part.
That's what I wanted to get to, though. Does it really? Like,
I think it has pretty good acting.
It's
not bad.
Marlon Wayans. Yes, Marlon Wayans. He starts out pretty good.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I keep seeing him in Scary Movie.
That's what I did too. I kind of saw his character in Scary Movie
because he's Shorty. That's the gay guy, or is that the other brother?
No, that's the other one.
Shorty's the one who smokes a lot of pot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's not. So that's not the Wayans brother from Scream, right?
Yeah.
No. Marlon Wayans is not in Scream.
No. But I thought they did fine. Personally,
no.
I think Julia Fox was the best performance, even though she's playing basically the same character she always plays. I thought she was fantastic.
Fantastic.
What little she had. I kind of did. I don't know.
Fantastic?
Maybe that's taking it a bit far, but she was good. She was good.
I'll say that she wasn't bad.
I think she was the best.
No one was particularly good.
No, but no one was particularly bad either.
So they were, but that's just the baseline. Like, okay,
yeah, that's true.
You didn't suck at your job. Okay, 5 out of 10. You know? That's
the visuals were really good, but that's about it.
That's about it, yeah.
I don't even, my brain didn't even, pick up on any, music or sounds that I thought were,
there is some
striking.
Music, but, yeah.
But not enough it wasn't good enough for me to remember it in comparison to another movie that we'll talk about in another video.
Yeah.
Or if we've already talked about it, you'll know which one I mean. I don't know which order these are coming out.
I think this will be coming out first.
Okay.
I feel that. So yeah, in the next video we're going to talk about
the next video probably. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this was, like you said, far from the worst movie of the year. Far from it.
It is lower tier though. It's below halfway, middle score I'd say.
Yes. I gave this a 2 out of 5.
Yeah, I think I'll do that too. I haven't actually rated it yet.
Yeah. So, and as we count it, a 5 out of 5 is perfect. So 2.5, just middle of the way. 5 out of 10 is average. A 5 out of 10 can be, it's pretty good, or it can be, it's pretty bad. But it's not, it's not terrible.
No. We're
not IGN. It's not everything under a 7 is terrible.
No.
So a 4 out of 10 or a 2 out of 5, that is, it's pretty not good, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad, but I mean, you won't hate it.
No, it's not bad. It's not going to end up on our worst list. It's not going to, it's one of those movies that are just, like I said, it's going to disappear. It's not going to be, I'm not going to remember it by the end of the year when we do our reviews or the award show.
Yeah.
This is not going to show up anywhere, really. And ask me in a year, I will have forgotten about this movie totally.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Although the way my list looks right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it's on my top 10 worst movies of the year. Because I haven't that many terrible movies this year. I mean, obviously I have War of the Worlds at the bottom.
Add to the list, and we can look. What mine is? Your rating, highest first. Thank you very much. This... Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this is top... Well, bottom 10.
Bottom 10? Top 10 worst? Yeah.
Well, I'd put that one... No, I don't... I need to rearrange some of the 2 stars, but yeah, it's probably bottom 10.
Mine are mainly locked in. I'll just quickly... My number 10 is You're Cordially Invited, the Will Ferrell comedy. It's terrible.
Yeah.
No, it was bad. Then number 9 is Thunderbolts. Number 8 is Flight Risk. Jesus Christ. The number 10, 9, 8, 7 is The End, pretentious musical. Number 6 is Him. And the number 5 is a Minecraft movie. Number 4 is Gunslingers. Number 3 is Emilia Perez. Number 2 is Jurassic World Rebirth. And of course, number 1 for all future, War of the Worlds.
Yeah. My, bottom 6 are pretty... 5 are pretty set. No, 6 are pretty set. The other 4, I'm not sure which order I put them. But they're all 2s. I don't know.
Oh.
They're all kind of bad.
Either way, this movie is... Yeah, I mean, it's...
It's lower tier. I'll give you that. It's definitely lower tier in this list. In all artists.
But like we said, if you look up the movie, like Him movie review on YouTube, all the thumbnails are just like Jeremy Johns going, So I think his is going to be like pretty bad, but not terrible.
Yeah.
Because, sure, he's kind of gimmicky, but he's actually a pretty good critic, I think.
Yes. It has an average of 2.6 on Letterboxd.
Yeah, which is, average.
It has an average of 5.4 on IMDb ratings, which is average on it's the user ratings.
Yeah.
It has a Metascore of 39.
Yeah. Professional critics are hurting a little bit more, but yeah, Double Toasted says Him. What the fuck is going on? Carson Runquist says just oh no. It says a lot of people pointing it out as like a terrible movie.
I wouldn't go as far as saying it's terrible, but it's not good.
Yeah, and that's what I think. A lot of people, but you also get some people who usually don't talk about movies, maybe talking about this because it's a football movie. So so I think a lot of football fans are just like, "What is this? They don't turn it on the ball enough. I don't
Where's
get
the
it.
football?
Oh, this movie's fucking trash. Oh,
They went in
it's not
expecting
that being a football player.
They went in expecting like F1.
I like
where you actually get to see a
football.
lot of racing and stuff, and instead they get mind games and weird.
I don't
rituals.
understand this. That's why it is bad. Throw the ball. Throw the ball.
Calm down.
That's our intro.
But yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna be spiteful. Just like because sports fans are so retarded. They're so stupid. They don't understand real art. Now that's an intro. I'm playing. I'm joking.
We can have a whole discussion about that in the companion piece, though. I have notes on sports fans.
No, I don't understand it. Why don't they just play football?
Anywho,
that's
I think we're gonna call it there.
Yeah. Thank you so much for listening and watching. Once again, if you want to hear even more stuff and get early access to these free episodes, check us out on patreon.com/nomagazine or click the members button on YouTube. Other than that, if you just want to subscribe and like and leave a comment, what did you think about the movie? Are we wrong? Are we right? Are sports fans stupid? Or are we just being pretentious? Like the movie?
Yep.
Leave comments. And we'll see you next week when we're actually going to talk about one battle after another, like we said we were going to do last week. Sorry.
Yeah, though I'm not sure that works with the schedule of the other movie we were thinking about. But who cares? We'll see.
We'll see.
I think so.
But until then, have a good one.
Bye.
The SpoilerCast is part of Please Don't Make a Scene. It's produced and hosted by Tobias Widén. co-host is Rebecca Wedén. Executive producer is Annika Wedén. I also want to give a shout out to all our patrons over at patreon.com/domagazine. CK85, Christopher Bylén, Daniel Gaiso, Annika Wedén, Jacob, Mom and Mac, and Laura Kinney.